garden, watering everything, and I thought I would share some watering tips. So, tip number 1, prime time of watering would be in the early morning. Another prime time to water would be at dusk. If you're doing that, just make sure that you're watering the root system and not any overhead watering. So like not any of this or any of the leaves. You really want to just get the lower part by the roots, like the crown of the plant. So an example of that would be, I would just come in and I would water just underneath it, none of the leaves. Of course, watering whenever you can is going to be best no matter what, as long as I get water. However, you're going to have to water twice as long if you are in like the middle of the day when the heat in the sun is at like high peak. So just a little watering tip. Watering tip number 2. So this looks like it's really dry, right? But if you come in and you start moving this dirt around, the deeper I go, the wetter it actually is. So when you're watering, make sure you're actually checking your dirt to see if it actually needs water, because the top might look like it needs it, but everything in the bottom may suggest that it doesn't need any more water. And that is how you get overwatering problems. Watering tip number 3, and this one is going to just take some time. It's probably one of the harder lessons that I've had to learn as a gardener. So give yourself some grace. You will eventually get a hang of it. I don't know if you know this, but your plant is going to react the exact same if it's an overwater issue or an underwater issue. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, which one is it? It's a little frustrating. This is the 3 things that I think of. The first thing I think of is, what is going on with my weather? Has it been raining? Has it not been raining? So for me right now, my tomatoes are curling, their leaves are curling. So my gut intuition is telling me that it's an overwatering issue, and I'm just simply not going to water my tomatoes today because of it. The second thing I think of is wind. Has it been super windy out? Wind plays a huge factor, more than you may think, more than I have thought. Super windy in your location, water a little bit more. That wind dries out that soil really quickly. And the third thing I think of when deciding if I should water or not is, what's the water content of that vegetable? So like, for example, cucumbers are like what, 95% water? That vegetable is going to need far more water than say like a green bean. If the first 2 things check out, then the third thing to consider is water content. Happy planting, guys.